Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette during Twilight. Not during the Twilight movies, thank God, but during the time of Twilight, during the day, when the sun is just right below the horizon and its rays are just kind of refracting everywhere. We can see in the sky behind me, it is a bit more orange than not. The sun certainly is setting, and it certainly is twilight right now. And so as such, it is the perfect time for me to smoke a cigarette. It is just bright enough out here for me to see everything that I want to see, but it is dim enough for me not to need to wear my sunglasses. It is a nice day without doubt, and it is a good time to smoke a cigarette. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get my pack of American Spirit Blacks that I've got with me today all opened up. Let's go ahead and get one of the cigarettes inside the pack all out. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get my cigarette all lit up. And let's go ahead and get to smoking a cigarette during the Twilight hour. Thankfully, not during Twilight, the movie. Because, man, that would be a horrible experience, I'm not gonna lie. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to smoking. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying. I gotta admit though, Twilight as a time of day is really a gorgeous time of day in my personal opinion. It's the moment when it starts getting a little bit darker, but you can still see the clouds in the sky. You can still see the sun's rays kind of reflecting off of all of them, and it's kind of going everywhere and whatnot kind of thing, and it just looks so beautiful. I really do enjoy just looking at nature during the twilight hour, I will acknowledge. Not in the twilight zone though. I have no desire to look at twilight, to look at the twilight hour, to look at the clouds during twilight in the twilight zone. I am a-okay. I don't want to be doing that. I do not want to smoke a cigarette in the twilight zone. I do not want to smoke a cigarette in Twilight the movie. I don't want to do that. I just want to smoke a cigarette during Twilight. But Twilight is just gorgeous. It is beautiful. I'm just looking at the sky, looking at the clouds. They're reflecting the color of the sun, and it's looking gorgeous. It's dark enough out here where the street lights are on now, or the parking lot lights are on now, I do suppose is really the right way of putting it. And it's getting just a little bit darker and a little bit darker and a little bit darker, I will acknowledge. Now, American Spirit Blacks lost a very long time. I don't know if this cigarette is going to be a quick enough smoke to finish before Twilight is finished, before the time of day that's going on right now is done, but either way, I certainly am appreciating Twilight right now. The Twilight, I don't know, I mean, is it, how do you say it? Is it like, I'm looking at the Twilight right now? Is it like, it's Twilight right now? Or is it like, wow, look at the Twilight? I don't know really how to like say that in all honesty. I feel like Twilight as a time of day has kind of lost a lot of meaning, because when you look up Twilight and you look up the definition of it, which I did prior to this video to make sure I actually had the definition correct, when you look up just Twilight as a word, what shows up first? Not the definition of Twilight. Twilight the movie series shows up first, which is a horrible movie series. Now, if you guys enjoy Twilight, hey, more power to you. It's not my personal thing, though, I will acknowledge. But one thing I will admit, I have watched the Twilight series before. Not by choice, but I have watched the Twilight series before. And I actually kind of enjoyed watching the Twilight series. I'm not gonna lie. Not because they're good movies, but because they're so bad, they're like almost comedic. And so I was just sitting there laughing my ass off the entire time because they're so bad, which I think is hilarious. Now, the Twilight Zone, that's a good series. The Twilight Zone is pretty damn good, in my personal opinion. But Twilight as like a time of day, I feel like has kind of lost all meaning, because there's so many things that are like called like Twilight stuff, like Twilight, the character from Spy Family. There's Twilight, the movie series. There's Twilight, the TV show from, what was it, like the 1970s or something. I'm not exactly sure when it was airing. It's a good show though. I've watched some episodes, but it's not a show I'd want to be stuck in the universe of. I can say that. But yeah, very pretty. It's getting a little bit too dark to really be considered Twilight anymore. It's still a little bit bright in the background, I will acknowledge, but let's go ahead and just click up there. Oh, can y'all see even a little bit better? Oh no, it's not really working. My camera isn't really covering that super well, I will admit, but that is what it is. My camera is not quite registering the cloud versus what's going on down here. It's just too much of a difference in focal length, if I had to guess. But, either way, y'all are just gonna have to take my word that it's very pretty. There's not really a lot of clouds in the sky anymore. They've all kind of drifted away, but I'm still seeing some over there. Some just like line clouds. Oh, man, it's pretty. And one of the great things about the time of day Twilight, in my opinion, is the fact that it's starting to get dark. Like, it's dim enough where you don't need to wear sunglasses anymore, but it's still very pretty. You could still see the sky, you could still see the clouds, no problem. It's not actually dark yet, even though it is actually after sunset right now. The sun is below the horizon, but it's not actually after sunset. Or it is actually after sunset, but like I can still see everything like I normally would if it was before sunset, kind of thing, I guess is really the right way of putting it. But since it's starting to get a little bit darker, all of the, well, bugs and frogs that start making noise when it gets a little bit darker start making noise. And we can hear all of them starting to do that now. Man, oh man, no complaints on my behalf, let me tell y'all what. I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot for the thumb of this video. Hopefully one of those screenshots will do for the thumbnail of this video. We will find out. Overall, I gotta admit, I'm enjoying my American Spirit Black right now. I think I'm gonna go get another pack of American Spirit Blacks after this video. I'm not running super low, but might as well go pick up another pack, especially since I need to run to the gas station and get some more diesel for my car behind me. It's not running super low on diesel, but I don't really know how accurate the gas gauge is, in all honesty, so when it gets below half a tank, quote-unquote half a tank, I tend to just try to fill it up just in case it's actually over half a tank empty. But yeah, I'm gonna go fill it up on some diesel, go get it all fed, and I'm gonna go get myself a pack of American Spirit Blacks as well. But man, it is nice right now. Currently 8:18 at night, I guess, technically in the evening. I guess this is technically, like, thinking about like the definitions of the day, it's really interesting because they differ country to country just so much. Like, I guess, at least in my area of the United States, like, morning is like after sunrise to like 10 a.m. kind of thing. And then it's lunchtime. And then after lunchtime, which ends at like 1, it's like the afternoon. And then the evening starts at like, I'd say like 7, like 6:37. And then night starts at like, I guess right after sunset. But it all depends on like time of year and all that sort of stuff kind of thing, I do suppose. Maybe that's just like my own personal definition of like when the different times of days or the different words for the times of days start to really come into their definition. I guess it really depends person to person, but that's my personal definition, I will acknowledge. It might not even be a regional thing. I think it actually just depends person to person. Interesting to think about. Interesting to think about. Either way, though, I gotta admit, smoking a cigarette during Twilight, it is quite nice. It is quite nice. It would not be knife it would not be nice if I was smoking a cigarette during Twilight the movie, because I'd either be a part of the universe or I'd be watching Twilight the movie, which, I guess that's either a good or a bad thing depending on your personal take. And I'd have to say this is definitely a better experience than smoking a cigarette while being in the universe of the Twilight Zone. I'm okay. I don't want to be in the universe of the Twilight Zone. I am A-okay. But while watching the Twilight Zone, smoking a cigarette actually is a pretty solid time, if you ask me. That's something I've actually never done before. I should do that, but I bet it's a pretty good time. You know, Twilight Zone can give you a lot to think about every once in a while. But overall, I'm enjoying myself. Smoking a cigarette during Twilight, gotta admit, it's a solid experience. No complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. Well, I think that's all I had to this cigarette. I'm gonna go ahead and step it on the ground now. And I have a pretty nice buzz. I'm not feeling a need for another cigarette. So that is this video right here. That and the fact that we're also just about past Twilight, I'd have to say. But it's been a great time to smoke a cigarette during Twilight today. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to all like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my website, everything like that, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Till the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?